G'day everyone and welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. Today it's going to be a little bit different episode. It is titled Will It Start, and it is basically a will it start, but spoiler alert, it does. It's more of a start after a couple of years, not sitting for many years. So once we had it going, we tried to do the electrics. Now the electrics were all chattering, all these switches were chattering, and after some extensive research on how three-phase power works, I didn't really understand it, but now I've got a lot more understanding of how it works. Through when I'm working, I just put something on explaining it, like a YouTube video or something, and just listen to how it all works. And then I've got 3 books on this that are on loan from the bloke I bought them off, and they're laid out fairly well to understand. So I've put 2 and 2 together and done some testing just with a multimeter. I haven't got the proper test equipment, and I did find that it's got 24 volts to excite it to the brush rings, slip rings on the alternator to excite it, and it's got, depending on what throttle range it's at, but roughly 170 volts between all 3 phases. And they're about 380, I think, flat out. So I thought, oh well, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. So basically what I did, after cleaning some of the contacts up, I just sat on it, held my foot flat, and then just worked the switches either way on each motor, and eventually a bit of rust flew out of each one and they started working. So whether they were just seized from sitting, or whether there was something else, but yeah, they're just a cloud of basically rusty, dusty stuff come out, and they all started working. She started, the bowl started lifting, the apron, the ejector, and she started steering. So once I had it going, I put it on display out the front with the other one. The reason they're out here is because I haven't got a shed, and they were under the trees anyway. So until we get a roof, I'd rather them out here in the open. People can see them and they're away from the trees. So we'll go back now to how we started it. It come with a bunch of spare parts and whatnot. We lifted out of the bowl, and hopefully enjoy the rest of the episode. I did tack this on the front of the episode because a lot of people aren't watching by the end, and I just wanted to explain, because there's not a lot of interest in these videos. There's a truck run on today. I didn't go to it. Of course, there's not a lot of interest in these scrapers. I didn't film. I just took a snack pack, like 6 cold beers down the back one afternoon, thought there's got to be more to this. And anyway, I eventually got it working and put it out here. So I didn't film that due to no interest in these machines really. Through videos. So I just thought I'd tack that little bit of a commentary on the start of this episode, and then hopefully enjoy the rest. So thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, we're going to get in the bowl. There's a electric motor in there and a 471, so we're going to lift those both out and put in the container. I don't know if she's out of oil or she just won't lift it. 471 GM with the generator on the back, then the clutch is on the back of the generator, then there's a 5-speed fuller that goes behind that. I was just looking, there's no internals inside that generator, but that doesn't matter, probably never get used anyway. I'll probably put this muffler on the other one because the other one's all rotted out there. You never do anything with it, but certainly not going to be in the way either. So we check the oil in her, check the fuel. So she's got a primer bulb on this one. I think from what he said that she used to run back. Last time we tried to get it going it was blowing white smoke, but it was cold too, so I don't know if it was air or just the temperature or what. But so this is your fuel gauge, and she's got a fair bit in her. Certainly enough for what I want to do. Probably have to crack up at the filter head to bleed the air out, and just check the oil. I know it needs water. Yep. 471, these don't run a alternator or a generator, air compressor, fan and crank. They charge off the generator itself. 24 volt, positive ground. If you put negative ground, they won't work. This one, he said, was the solenoids, the switches were clicking, but nothing was happening. She tried to steer, but well, it was the brake not releasing, whether it was something else, I don't know. But the wiring on this one's a lot better than the other one, so it'd be interesting to see if we get it going and throw the foot into her and see what happens. That's 3 parts full, it should be hopefully enough. I'll get up there. She's just below the core, but I said 3 parts full. I reckon this was only half full. It's got about 10 litres in it. Right. Right to the top, about a litre left. It didn't have a cap either. I don't know if she fell off on the way or... Yeah, it's only a standard size. That's all we really need to do. I'm trusting the rack's not stuck because he had it going not long enough ago to stick it, I guess. Yeah, I've got fuel. Might crack her up at the filter and have a look. That's not going to be long enough. I just had to race up the shed and I put these in a safe place. When I bought the scraper, my mate said to me, he said, hold on to this with dear life, it's like gold. I'm sure he said it's a Latorno key. Anyway, it fits her, and we're going to give her a go with it. Alright everyone, I don't know, he said about 3 years since she's been going, but it could have been 12 months, could have been 3 years. Anyway, we've bled the fuel up, we've got the batteries finally connected properly. We'll give her a go.
Right, I'll just grab all this ready in case it revs.
To 5 speed, that should stall her down. A bit easy. Look how smooth she is. Dear oh dear. warm up a bit and then we'll see what she does. She's trying to steer, it's like she's down a phase or something. The generator is exciting because that's where it gets the dash power from as well. Last time I had 300 volts at each of those. Have to get the voltage. The last one wasn't switching. This one's switching but not putting out. It's got to be not putting out three phase. That's going to do this episode. It's only a short one to see if she went. The solenoids are pulling in, the switches are pulling in, but she's not doing anything. I don't think it's down a phase from my testing, but again, I'm not an electrician, so I'm going to do some reading tonight. I've got some pretty good books about these things up there. See if I can figure anything out. If not, I might have to get one of my commercial sparking mates to come down and have a look at her. And I think, you know, it was working when he drove it into the shed, so I don't think too much would have happened to it sitting there. Maybe something's corroded. It's a bad connection somewhere. Maybe I'm testing it wrong. Again, I'll get myself around automotive electronics, but something three phase like this is different again, so there'll be more on it. I want to put her up closer to the house, out the front, maybe put her out on the road there. And bit of a display at the front for a while until I can get a shed put up. It's better than under the trees, I suppose, but it can only move in a straight line backwards and forwards at the moment. So thank you all for watching. Click subscribe if you like this. There's plenty more coming up, and you can see what else we got. There's trucks, there's cranes, there's tractors, earth movers, all sorts of stuff, mechanical, driving, anything to do with all this stuff. So thanks everyone for watching.